Hey everyone, I just wanted to come weigh in on everything that's going on with Corey Feldman. For those of you that don't know, for the last few years, Corey Feldman has gone from media platform to media platform trying to expose pedophilia in Hollywood. In these last couple of years, while doing this, he has put together a documentary about his and Corey Haim's experiences with sexual predators in Hollywood while they were child actors in the 1980s. After promoting and plugging this documentary for the last few years, fans and supporters are really eager to see it. The documentary was finally finished and titled My Truth, The Rape of Two Coreys, and it was scheduled to premiere at a theater in Hollywood on March 9th. The people that attended the premiere in Hollywood were other actors, people that worked on the documentary with him, his real life friends, etc. The way that his supporters and fans were going to view it was via live stream, kind of like a pay-per-view setup. It was going to be $20 a person or $20 a view. He had also set up live stream for March 10th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in case you missed the live stream from March 9th. It's 8 o'clock March 9th and everybody's tuned in. 15 minutes into the documentary, boom, it stops. I'm going to play you a clip right here of what happened after the live stream stopped. Corey's on stage at the theater in Hollywood and he's all upset, and somebody from the audience is filming this with their phone, so it's kind of poor quality. Bear with me, and I will share my comments afterwards.
But I also don't want to do anybody else wrong either. We're trying to find out. They asked me to give them 10 minutes. I love you. Yeah, let's take a bathroom break. We'll flash the house lights. When we get it figured out. But you don't have to leave. You can stay here. You can do whatever you want. But I've got to make sure that everybody gets to see this movie. Yeah. And if I can't, then we'll let you know. Voice of God. Here we go. I'd love to say this was all a big act, but it's not. It's all real. It's amazing. What the hell? I mean, come on. Seriously? Didn't I just say that every time I turned around there was another hurdle? I wasn't joking.
It's very likely that somebody could have hacked the system and so there could be some foul play. It wouldn't surprise me. This whole process has been a fight to get this done. So obviously we don't want to disappoint everybody here. So we'll eventually be able to show it, but unfortunately we were hoping that everybody around the world would be able to see it at the same time. And that was our dream and our vision. So if somebody is interfering with that, we apologize.
Provide you with a high-level overview of what we're
doing. And they're out of our control. And it's the last thing.
So there you go.
You know who it is? How?
Well, they would in like 10 minutes.
I'll say this out loud. Hold on, wait, what did you just say?
It's Wolfpack. They've been bragging that they're going to do this crap. I was hoping they were full of it because a lot of times they are. But I mean, I can name names right freaking now. Susie, Shannon. I mean, it's all of these people.
Okay, well, we don't want to get into that, allegations, but that's, okay. I didn't hear that, but thank you for the other information. This is crazy. This is really crazy.
For those of you that don't know, we came back from the California Live.
I forgot to add in this part, the scheduled live stream for March 10th, the same thing happened. 15 minutes and it stopped. Everybody was really mad. However, the screening at the theater in Hollywood, everybody that attended that got to see the documentary somehow. I don't know. So there were some articles circulating about what the documentary is about and whatever. I don't know. I just really thought that it was really far-fetched and either in his imagination or a publicity stunt, the whole thing with the hackers. That was until I saw the documentary. In a part of the documentary, they explain what the Wolfpack is. These group of people that are after Corey Feldman for exposing pedophilia in Hollywood. And also, Corey Haim's mom is kind of like the leader of this group because she doesn't want him to share Corey Haim's story, her son. Corey Haim's mom, Judy Haim, has been very vocal speaking against Corey Feldman in the last few years, stating that what he's saying about Charlie Sheen raping her son is not true. She stands by that statement. However, Feldman has some screenshots and emails that kind of contradict that. I'm going to play you a clip of the documentary right here that kind of goes into what the Wolfpack is and where Judy Haim stands in all of this, the screenshots and the emails that Feldman showed. Then after I play that clip, I'm going to talk about that for a minute. Then I want to play you a clip from the documentary about Charlie Sheen, and then I'll comment on that a little bit, and then I'll wrap it up from there. I wanted to apologize ahead of time. The clip is very delayed. It's kind of poor quality in that way, so bear with me.
Wolfpack. Clever. So I know this. Start with Bobby Wolf, because I know that's the guy.
Oh, we start with Judy Haim. Bobby Wolf, obviously.
Okay, so that's this guy, and he's
Some fan. I don't know how you spell his name.
he's just a fan of what?
I have no idea.
You've never met him or
Never
spoken to
met him, never spoken to him. It's somebody that started working with Judy.
The Wolfpack is doing things on social media like Twitter messages, Facebook messages that are threatening you, disparaging you, defaming you, accusing you of bad things.
And going after my fans and attacking them and basically telling them that they don't want to participate, they don't want to support me, it's all a sham. And when they don't listen and they keep defending me, then they start attacking them personally.
You're saying Judy's part of the Wolfpack.
I think Judy is the queen of the Wolfpack.
Okay, and how does she know Bobby
right?
Wolf?
I mean, Courtney, you want to say, right?
I think she's definitely working with the Wolfpack to discredit and defame Corey for sure. I made videos for Judy Haim for 6 to 8 months trying to discredit Corey Feldman because that's what she wanted. All of Corey Feldman's disappointments and what a fool he is, but it went a lot deeper than that, and it got really vicious and really mean.
Yeah, we've got screenshots of all of these group convos with Judy and Bobby Wolf.
Judy would be in a chat room on Facebook with the people that were making these videos, were tweeting out horrible things, and she was in a chat room with these people, telling them to call social services and have Corey's son taken away.
I also have one that says we need to re-brainwash people about Corey Feldman.
And she's saying this to
me.
And in this chat room?
Yeah, seeing her part of these conversations, encouraging things like this was really upsetting.
Judy and I had exchanged many emails. My perception is that she knew exactly what was going on because it was dated July 25th, 2013, and it said, "You know as well as I do that the media will want to know who that was, especially because you mentioned the fact that the guy on Lucas is well known and makes a lot of money. They'll know it was Charlie." I can't read the whole email in one piece, so I can't tell you everything that was said, but it goes on to say, I don't want people to start calling me and asking about this. I will have to be honest about things that I think are going to be wrong or agree to things that are right on the money. And then I have to answer questions that I may not want to answer. In another email dated April 17th, 2011, she writes, "Charlie the Nutcase was in Toronto for the last 3 days. I called his manager a while ago while I knew Charlie was coming here, and I told him to have Charlie go to the cemetery and visit one of his co-stars and learn something. I don't think he went. Big surprise."
When I finally got to see the documentary on March 10th, and by the way, March 10th is Corey Haim's 10-year anniversary of his death, I was like, wow, people are really after him, and this is really sad. As far as Judy Haim goes, I feel like there's probably a part of her that wants to preserve her son's memory. However, I feel like an even bigger part of her wants to cover her tracks, because I think she probably did some shady things as a stage mom. I think she sort of sold her son out. Maybe kind of looked the other way when things were happening, as long as the money was coming in. I really, really feel that way. In the documentary, Feldman shares a time when Haim had come to him and said, if anything ever happens to me, will you please share my story? And Feldman said yes. So I feel like he's trying to honor his friend. Maybe he's trying to make a little bit of money in the process, but whatever. I feel like he's also doing some good things, though. He got a bill passed in the state of California, and I believe the state of New York also, regarding sexual abuse and statute of limitations. Now I'm going to show you 2 clips back to back about Charlie Sheen and what they said about him in the documentary, and then I'm going to comment after and wrap it up.
Spotlight in Boston about the Boston Archdiocese, which, the news there was that the higher-ups were covering up sex abuse. We knew there was sex abuse before that, but we didn't know that men in power were actually covering up for the pedophiles. Once you saw that paradigm, then all of a sudden we could see Penn State, and then we could start seeing it everywhere. We saw it in Larry Nassar most recently. Hollywood is just another example of people in power, adults protecting themselves and their money at the expense of children.
In 2004, actor Brian Peck was convicted of sex with a child.
Let's take a short break.
He's since been working as a dialogue coach on anger management. Speaking to someone familiar with the show, we were told the decision to hire Brian Peck came down to Charlie Sheen himself. The recommendations were, though, because some time had passed, he was going to be allowed to stay on set, providing no children were present, and his time off set would be limited to Charlie Sheen's trailer.
He said Charlie Sheen raped him. That's what he told me. He told a lot of people.
This wasn't like a one-time thing he said in passing. It wasn't like, oh, by the way, this happened. He went into great detail. He told me, Charlie bent me over in between 2 trailers and put Crisco oil on my butt and raped me. In broad daylight, anybody could have walked by, anybody could have seen it.
There are a lot of mixed feelings regarding this documentary. Some are saying that Feldman's an opportunist who's exploiting Haim's story. Feldman did share more gruesome details about Haim's story than his own. I still feel like Feldman is still keeping in a lot about what happened to him. Maybe it's easier for him to do that because, he's feels like he's advocating for Haim and, doesn't want to talk about himself, and it's probably really hard to talk about. If Feldman's an opportunist or if he's not, that's not really the point. The point is there is a lot of pedophilia in the world in general, but in Hollywood, and it seems like everybody turns a blind eye to it because they don't want to view their favorite actor or director or producer as a child predator. And that brings me to Charlie Sheen. I was so disgusted and so disappointed. I always really liked Charlie Sheen, even though he was a womanizing piece of shit. Sorry, not sorry. I always felt like he owned all the grimy shit he did. I just felt like it is what it is kind of thing. Like, love me or leave me type of guy, and had some sort of swagger that, and charisma that kind of drew you in. That I kind of liked him. So when I heard about what happened between him and Haim on the set of Lucas about a year ago, I just felt like they were rumors, and I think that Feldman denied that happened at the time or just kind of brushed it off. And so I was like, it's probably just a rumor. The Inquirer published it anyway. But in the documentary, there's more than one person talking about it. It seems like more people in Hollywood knew about it, and I feel like it's true. It's pretty gross. I'm not a big fangirl when it comes to famous people, but it was disappointing to say the least. I mean, it says a lot about Charlie Sheen hiring on a sex offender to a set of a TV show he's working on. That's pretty disgusting in itself. I had never heard that before, and I just, you know, it sickens me to think that I ever did like him. Anyhow, I'm going to leave a link in the description and in the comments to, I think only one channel has it up right now. There were about 3 earlier and it had been taken down. Hopefully they're not getting struck. Feldman supposedly wanted this leaked out, so I don't know. Anyways, links in the description and the comments. Hope you liked the video. Love y'all.